Real Madrid, the most successful club in football history. 36 La Liga titles. 15 Champions League trophies. The club that has always found a way to win. So how did they end up here 2 seasons without a trophy, players getting into fights and knocking each other out and ignoring the coach? Well, it all leads back to the summer of 2024. Real Madrid had just won their 15th Champions League after beating Borussia Dortmund 2-0. Everything seemed like it was perfect. They just won the Champions League, La Liga, and Vinicius was the favorite to win the Ballon d'Or. Then came the summer of 2024. Kylian Mbappé, the next Galactico, the player that Florentino Perez had been chasing for 5+ years. Every fan in the world thought that this was the end, that Madrid would be dominating European football once again, but what that signing turned out to be was something completely different. The Ballon d'Or presentation. In my opinion, this is where it all started for Vini's downfall, I guess, and no, I'm not saying he's turned into a terrible player because of this. Honestly, he is still a really good player against Espanyol. Let's go back to the 2024 Ballon d'Or ceremony. Everyone thought that Vini deserved it, and rightly so. 20 goals and assists in 26 appearances in the La Liga alone, and 3 major trophies. Rodri ended up winning it, which can be seen as unfair, as he only won 2 major trophies, and one of them was with Spain while the other was off course with Man City. Everyone was going upset with that decision. Everyone thought that Vini deserved, rightly so. Then came out the tweet. To be fair to Vini, he didn't say if he was gonna do 10 times better or worse. I think after this, everything went upside down for Madrid. A trophyless season, Carlo Ancelotti, one of the greatest managers of all time, had to leave because of the locker room, and they lost the experience of one of the greatest midfielders of all time, Luka Modric. Then came the summer of 2025. A season of hope. Florentino ended up bringing Xabi Alonso to the club, one of the most exciting and promising young managers in world football. The guy who led Leverkusen to an undefeated Bundesliga season. The guy who took them to their very first Bundesliga season. Safe to say, Madrid fans were excited. During the Club World Cup, results didn't look good as they were held 1-1 to Al Hilal and lost to PSG 4-0. Although the results weren't good, you could see that Alonso was trying to build something new. Then the start of the new season. It looked bright, winning 11 out of their first 12 matches of the season. It looked bright. Xabi looked like he was building something. Mbappé was scoring for fun, Arda was getting playing time and looking like the player everyone was talking about. Madrid were top of the league, but after that, everything turned into a nightmare. October 27, 2025, the first El Clasico of the season. Madrid were leading 2-1. Alonso decided to sub off Vini, which he didn't like at all. Going off at the coach who was leading the club back to the top, and you decide to cry when you get subbed off when your team is leading the match. That is why I think he has to go. Not because he only cares about himself, because there are other players on the team who are like that, but purely because he didn't get his way. That decision is why I think Xabi got sacked. The locker room is purely a mess now. After Xabi left, Arbeloa just tries to please the players and takes the blame for everything. Vini has asked for a quite significant pay rise, and I have seen reports of it nearly happening, but I've also seen reports of it not happening, so I'm not sure what's going to happen with his contract. I think that he's asking for way too much. The money he wants is close to what Ronaldo was getting at Madrid. Ronaldo. That right there should be enough for Florentino to get rid of him. 2 seasons without a trophy, the manager now is taking the blame for everything, and it looks like he'll be leaving as well. Tchouaméni and Valverde got into a fight, and Mbappé's flying to Italy with his partner. Let's be real, there is no way Florentino gets rid of Mbappé. In fact, I doubt he'll get rid of Vini either, but here's my case on why he should get rid of Vini. Mbappe only been here for 2 seasons. Florentino was chasing him for 5+ years. There is no way Florentino gets rid of Kylian. He would basically be showing the world that he was wrong, and when has he ever done that? Vini is just awful now, and I'm not a Vini hater or Mbappe glazer or anything like that. No Real Madrid player has been great this year apart from Courtois, who was saving the team. When Madrid got knocked out from the Champions League, you saw Jude and Kylian apologize at the fans on social media. They should do more, of course they should. Anything from Vini though, of course not, and yes, when he scored that goal he apologized. But for what exactly? How he sacked Zabai, how he couldn't score unlimited chances in the Champions League? Or winging at the fans when he loses the ball.
Vamos, 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 la fuente, vamos.
I think that it would be the best for all parties involved if he left. What do you think? Ultimately, he will probably get that contract that he wants, which is completely wrong, but he would probably keep on crying to Florentino if he didn't. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and like.